This is a Male Rights Activist Podcast, episode 37, where we focus on relationships, sports, and pop culture from a managed point of view. First of all, thank you for our listeners. Thank you for our new listeners. We love you. Thanks for hanging with the fellas.
What up?
On today's show, oh my God, Kamal. Tiger Woods finally won again.
Hip, hip, hooray.
Wendy Williams files for divorce.
That's unfortunate.
We had some marriage advice that you found from the 1918, early 1900s that absolutely blew me away, dog.
Yeah, man. It's always good to see what they talk about back in the day.
And we gave some lessons on how to pick and treat your side piece. All that and more right now. This is the MRA podcast with Kyle and Kamal. I am Kyle.
I am Kamal.
We are saving relationships one listener at a time. We got some feedback, player.
Cool. Let's see. I'm checking some of it out right now.
No, you didn't read it yet? Okay.
No, it's all good, man.
It's all good. Tyler in Tallahassee, Florida. Remember him? That was the 18-year-old.
Cool.
Yep. Who, his email was about, should he break up with his girlfriend?
He was away in college. He was a freshman in college, and he had a girlfriend, long distance relationship.
Yes.
And he was talking about maybe he wanted some advice. What should he do?
Mm-hmm.
You know, he came to his mom, and mom was like, "Yo, don't do it. You stay with this girl."
Yo, you tripping?
Yeah.
Okay, so we read his feedback, and then we read his story, and then the next week somebody said I was being too soft. Mm-hmm. And you agreed. And then now we got feedback from Tyler. My uncle told me about your show, and I actually sent in my letter without hearing the podcast. Then he told me you responded. I loved the podcast. It was really entertaining to hear an actual grown man conversation about the topic. See, that's important to me, man.
Yeah.
This is what the show is supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you hang with the fellas.
Right.
You get to hear how we would our take.
Yeah. Without like some filters and stuff like that, without somebody looking over our shoulder.
Yeah, without your girlfriend, your wife, your mom, the women that make you censor.
Yes.
He said, I like Kamal's input a lot because it pretty much explained everything I've been thinking. Thank you for reading my letter. That was really cool to hear. I liked hearing the different perspectives in an unbiased conversation. It was really cool. I really enjoyed it.
Cool, man.
Good job, Kamal.
Thank you, Tyler. Well, thank you, Kyle. And Tyler, I hope everything worked out. I think I told him to go ahead and just end it.
Or, I don't remember what you said. Stay and cheat? No, that was the other dude.
Nah.
That was, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think I told him to go ahead
Let it go?
Let it go.
Let it go. Let it go. The Captain and Watts, he emailed before. Catching up on episodes. Episode 5 is a classic. The Disney movie Princesses was incredible. My sons caught that episode as well. Kamal is a talented writer. We were crying when he was breaking down the ways the princesses were trash. I remember that episode too.
Trash.
Because you was going, whatever. You may not have said it was trash, but you had like a.
Don't let him watch it.
Yeah, you had done some work.
Yeah.
You came in with a project. All right, man. There we go.
And you know, I gotta get back to my list again, man.
Yeah, man, you gotta get back to your list.
My bad, audience.
Yeah, Oprah doesn't wait in line at club. All right, episode 6 was some heat as well. Let's get this straight. The nigga was possessive about a woman that's bisexual. That nigga was tripping.
I remember that nigga.
Remember that dude?
Yeah, he was tripping.
He was tripping. He had a maid, didn't he?
Yeah, and the thing about it is the chick wrote in like, wow, this dude, she called him a side piece.
Yeah,
this side piece. How do I let the side piece?
I don't get my side piece in line.
Yeah.
Well, we had some good episodes, dog. Mm-hmm. All right, and then Case of the Missing Balls. When I first heard it, it seemed cheesy. Oh, that hurts. I cringed at how soft this nigga was and how often he got punked. I agree. However, as the series progressed, I found myself interested in finding out how it all unfolded. I just listened to Kyle interrogate her friend. Kyle was the character's name, which was one of his old flings. It's getting more and more addicting. By the way, I listened to on my commute.
Oh, he hasn't even finished, so I don't want to spoil it.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good, man.
Cool, man. Well, thanks.
Oh, we got
thanks
more.
for listening, man.
Yeah. Captain Watts. This is from Kevin in Arizona. After hearing about Monica filing from divorce from Shannon Brown, I felt the need to look into that a little more. I hear the masses coming to Monica's defense, calling her a great woman that doesn't deserve to be treated foul by Shannon. I agree. There should always be honesty in a relationship. However, as I dove deeper into Monica's past, I found that she was in a relationship that ended tragically. Her man at the time was dealing with the loss of his brother. That sucks. That took his own life in front of Monica. Golly.
Damn.
That had to be very traumatic for Monica to witness. However, within that same year, Monica got involved in a new relationship. That same year, did she fully heal? With her new relationship, she bore 2 children. In early 2010, Monica left the father of her 2 children. Yet, in 2010, she began dating Shannon Brown. They got married in 2010, so I guess that was a quick overlap. The 2 had a child and got married in 2011. All right, I guess I was wrong. Though Shannon was caught cheating, we're ignoring the fact that Monica never healed from her relationships. She's jumped from one person to the next without detoxing and getting over the hurt. Again, Monica seems like a good woman, but she's got baggage. For her future, she should take some time to heal because it's not just her. She's got 3 children that need her. I wish the Brown family well. What's your take on that, bro?
Wow. This dude did some investigation.
For real.
Kevin in Arizona.
Yeah, man.
He dove deep. Mm-hmm. Honestly, I wish I had that information when I spoke about this because I would agree with the same thing. Yeah, man, she's, especially the first one.
Yeah.
Guy took his own life in front of her. That's traumatic.
Yes, it is.
As a dude,
mm-hmm.
I wouldn't want to be with somebody who witnessed that ever, let alone the same year.
I wouldn't want to, but I would.
Yeah.
I would do it. Because I don't be thinking, man. I'd just be like, yeah, this work. It'll be fine.
As I've gotten older, I'm married now.
Yeah.
And God forbid if I ever, get a divorce and start seeking new women, I want to know about previous relationships and how they ended.
You should always want to know.
I need to know.
Yes. Why are you single, as Cheryl Underwood says.
Yeah, previously I didn't care.
I didn't care either. I probably still don't care that much.
I care now.
Oh, yeah. You learned a thing or two.
Yeah.
Man.
Wait a second.
At first, I thought he was saying that it was her fault at first I thought I saw some blame in this email, but now I'm realizing what she's saying is he's saying, hey, Monica, we love you. Slow down before you jump in the next one.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I want to take this time to ask you to subscribe to The World According to Cheryl. That is Cheryl Underwood's podcast. It's hilarious, and I'm on it. The MRA started with Tiger Woods.
Yes.
Way, way back in the day. For those who watched the TV show, for those who watched, that know, we started way back in the day with Tiger Woods. And Tiger, what happened was Tiger cheated on his wife with those 200 whatever women.
Was it 200?
It was a lot. 160, 100, whatever. We remember we did the algebraic equation of the breakdown of how it wasn't really that many. But anyway, and people were outraged. Everybody was like, how dare he, this filthy guy, this bad guy. And we looked at each other, we were like, how come ain't nobody talking about
right.
It might have been fun.
I remember your classic line because he was losing.
Yeah,
he kept losing and stuff like that. After it was like after he was exposed, he just went on a losing streak.
Yes, he did.
And the classic line from that episode was, "Get this man some bitches."
I do remember that.
And I was like, "That's what Tiger needs, man. You took away his motivation,
his spinach.
Yeah, you took away where he needed.
Yeah.
Where he needed to be successful.
Yes. And so it's been 14 years since he won the Masters. And to see him win again, come out, that was exciting because, like I said, we started talking about Tiger. Yeah. When Tiger scandal dropped, that's when the whole MRA movement started, though. The television show, everything started. Even though, whatever, that's how it started. We ended up doing episode 2. Episode 1 never aired. But episode 2, which one was the one about Tiki Barber? Was that episode 1 or 2? That was one that never aired.
Yeah.
Okay. But the whole idea came about because of Tiger.
Yeah.
And so, anyway, the point is, Tiger finally won the Masters, man. It was a beautiful sight to see. It was great to see all those people cheering. Mm-hmm. Some of those same white folks that was so excited for him was probably some of the same ones that was like, you're a pariah.
Yeah, one thing about America, man, we like a comeback story.
Love a story.
Speaking of Tiger, because I remember Kobe.
Oh yeah.
How 2004 when he was dealing with that rape trial and every arena he went to,
boo,
getting booed.
Yeah.
mercilessly. And then you cut to like 2009 after Shaq left, every arena he went to, they're screaming MVP, MVP, and it's like he did absolutely nothing different except just ball. He didn't do nothing different. Only did like apologize to his wife, but aside from, they still booed him after that.
Yeah,
bought his wife a big ring, they still booed him. But if you win, America, the world loves a winner.
You know, it's funny. I heard about Kobe that I didn't know.
What's up?
That from somebody that has season tickets, that when he has a national game, that he would put his wife and kids in a certain seat only on the nationally televised games and go up and give the hug and the kiss. And I thought, that's marketing. That's a publisher
Right.
idea. What's it called? Publicist.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because I know
PR.
like they would be in that tunnel when he's leaving, give him a kiss before he goes after his interview.
Yeah, but that's only on the national games.
Yeah, man.
But not in the regular, not against.
Somebody had to work on that image, man.
Yeah.
Man was accused of rape, and Tiger, how many years ago was he, convicted of that DUI?
Yeah.
With that terrible mugshot.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Tiger hit rock bottom.
Yeah, he did, man.
He hit rock bottom. He was garbage in golf. I think I don't even play golf, but I think I could have got with Tiger.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but I hear you.
I think I could have served Tiger a couple times, man.
Yeah.
And so it's like, he's back. Now, I don't know if he's got some.
You think he got some holes on that? I don't think so.
Probably.
You think he does?
I think he got his swag back, man.
I saw his mane. His mane is very normal.
I think Tiger probably somebody, therapist said, when you were winning, what did you have?
You know what's funny? I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. You know who I am about side pieces. You know I'm a side piece advocate, especially, be honest up front, but don't be tied down. Magic Johnson said he's a free bird before he left the Lakers.
Yeah.
I thought about that. I was like, I bet you are a free bird.
Yeah.
But anyway, I deep down, I wish Tiger's family is the real, because that's what they're selling. He has the big hug with his son, which I loved. It got me. And then compared to the hug with his dad, he had a long embrace with his daughter and then his mom and then his new girlfriend. They're selling family. All this there's a reason why. They all wore the red. The son runs up first. Like this is not a coincidence, especially after I realized that Kobe's wife sits there not coincidentally.
Yeah.
So this ain't a coincidence. So I don't know. I hope that that's the reason, but I could be acting delusional. I think I am.
Well, Tiger made one major mistake.
What's that?
Back in the day, that basically Tiger was wrangling all them hoes himself.
He didn't have a handler.
No.
Yeah, he wasn't a professional.
No.
Yeah.
Like Tiger was really, I don't know if it was sheer arrogance or naivete, or inexperience.
Yeah.
Or just like on some ball, I do whatever I want. But it was like, dude, you're the one handling all of them? You?
Maybe he was a control freak.
Maybe. And so it's like, man, and you didn't need 200. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a lot.
He can.
That's concerning.
Yeah, he can shrink his stable, man.
Yeah,
he can get less in the stable.
5 to 9.
Yeah.
For me, 3 to 5 is a perfect number. But 5,
3 to 5.
I don't have 3 to 5, but perfect world.
See, the thing about it is, I'm not a huge. Well, I'll say this. Like, I'm not a pro like side piece guy. You gotta have him.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, whatever you need, you think you need.
Yeah.
To keep the family intact.
Boom. That's my thing too, bro. Whatever
if you
it takes.
think if you need some side
if you
pieces,
need some medicine,
right?
Just make sure you don't overdose.
Yeah, and just keep it tight. You know what I'm saying? But like, if you're just doing it just because you're reckless and you just
That's right.
Yeah, I don't endorse that.
Yeah,
but like for Tiger, especially if he thinks he needs that to be successful.
Well, here's what I hope. This was what's concerning, because it feels like the media is trying to put him back together as a family man again. And I'm hoping, if he knows he can't do it or doesn't believe he can do it, I'm hoping that he won't. Number one, I'm hoping that he really is this guy that they're making him to be. Probably isn't. But the media is always going to shape your image. And when we come back, we're going to talk about a young lady who tried to shape her image for a long time and looks like she's finally tapping out. We'll get to that when we come back. Yo, Kamal.
What's up?
I finally finished my album, dog.
The one you did in 2013?
Yeah, man. I know, man. A long time ago, man. But I said, you know what? I'm going to finish this album. This thing is coming out. Eventually. You know, you got to finish. You can't give up.
I can dig it. And eventually it's finally here.
Eventually it's finally arrived, man. And I was listening to it, man. This thing was funny, dude.
Okay, it's not dated. No jokes about chingy or nothing like that.
There is some dated jokes in there. Like there's a reference to, it was before Michael Sam came out. Because it was like a reference to gay athletes that came out. And I was like, wow, that's dated. Okay. But the juxt of it is everything's good.
Bruce Jenner still...
Yeah,
Caitlyn.
He's Bruce. In the album.
Bruce.
I don't talk about him,
but he was Bruce.
Yeah, I used to have a Bruce Jenner joke. He was Bruce, and this when I recorded this. But it's ready, man. It's out. Okay. It's funny, man. Check it out and get it on iTunes right now. It's called "Be a Man at All Times." Wendy Williams is filing for divorce. Come on.
Just last week, did we big her up last week? A couple weeks ago,
we called her Wonderful Wife of the Week,
greatest woman of all time.
Yeah, and now she's tapping out, bro. That bothers me, man.
She's bowing out to the pressure.
It feels like it. You know, because the narrative was like, you tell all these women they should leave, you should leave too, and my narrative was, stop telling those women they should leave.
It was definitely bad for her brand.
Yeah,
because. I mean, really, she's a gossip column. I mean, she doesn't. I don't know if she writes a column, but basically, what she does is gossip, and she gives her opinion. She's a very opinionated woman.
Yes,
and so when you have a live audience, and you know they have an Ask Wendy, and people come up to her and they ask her questions. She always gives it. She gives her opinion like she's got her shit together, and so the rumor mill. You know, according to the rumor mill, she didn't have her shit together at home.
No, well, she might have. She just didn't have it.
You know,
it didn't look like. Yeah,
the optics look bad.
Yes, when you got a kind of husband that's a Lothario and he's sleeping around, it could be a contained fire. Tiger Woods seemed to be uncontained. Her husband, I think Kevin Hunter or whatever, seemed to be a contained fire. He got this mistress. And women were like, "Well, that's not contained." Listen, if you got a situation and you're like, "Hey, look, monogamy ain't gonna work for me, but I need to have a little this and a little that." And she's like, "All right, well, you just do that, keep that tight, and make sure you're still doing your job over here. We'll be fine." It would be like if somebody works for you and tells you, you know, can I have another job in my off time?
Right, as long as it doesn't interfere with your current
primary job,
you can moonlight.
We good, yeah, you can moonlight.
Certain jobs won't allow you to moonlight.
Certain jobs won't.
I remember Alice, Mel wouldn't let them moonlight.
He wouldn't.
Mel would not. They couldn't. Wow. Remember Alice? No moonlighting.
Man, you're old school, dog. So yeah, at Mel's Diner, you can only work at Mel's Diner.
Right.
But for some other jobs, they don't mind, they encourage or whatever. I'm more of I don't mind. My rule is don't let it affect your job one. Don't let it affect job one.
I bet not catch you moonlighting.
Hilarious. Yeah, I don't care if you moonlight. Don't let it affect job one. I don't want to even see you walking around groggy, tired, headache. Get your mind right.
Yeah.
You're at job one right now. Don't tell me you're tired. It's like when I do Show Underwood Radio, sometimes we have a meeting at 4 a.m., 5 a.m. I don't care if I had a stand-up show the night before. Don't walk in like, I'm tired. I don't want to hear that, dog. Do your job. Anyway, so Wendy Williams, she back, a couple weeks ago, she's like, I still wearing my ring, girl. I'm this, that, and we strong. And now she didn't have a ring on the show. And she's letting it go, and that stings because I feel like she bowed down to the pressure.
She definitely did, and it's understandable because I know, like I told you guys, my wife watches Wendy.
Yes,
and she was when it came out that the rumor was that the guy had a kid. She was watching Wendy, like paying particular attention to like, hey, is she going to discuss this?
Did she discuss it?
No, she didn't.
No.
So, and everyone, because of the gossip, everyone knew about it, and they're waiting for Wendy, who gives all this advice and is like an open book. You're going to speak on this.
Not speaking on it.
Not speaking on it. And so it was, I think her fan base were like, damn, Wendy, you kind of letting us down. Unless Wendy gave similar advice. Like, hey, you know what? Like you said, if he's cheating,
case by case basis.
Yeah,
is he paying the rent?
Right.
You know what I mean? Is he doing the things to make up for for the optics that
Or
are
was she just
embarrassing.
giving like absolutes?
That's what I don't like about absolutes. Well, I'm kind of an absolute guy, but my absolutes aren't like everybody else's absolutes.
I'm an absolute guy, but I try not to be hypocritical, or I'll explain my hypocrisy.
Yeah. Wendy Williams, the thing that is curious about me is she's still painting Kevin as a good guy. She said, thank you to everyone. This was their statement. Thank you to everyone respecting the family's privacy. Kevin is supportive of Wendy and they are working to this together. That's still making him sound supportive. And to me, that still means that there's an opening to something in that relationship. Mm-hmm. Also, this is back in 2017. She said, my husband was extremely concerned. He's not just my husband. He's my business partner. He's one of the executive producers on the show. He's also my manager. He and I are glued at the hip. Now, if that's true, if they're really glued at the hip, because I know he does something with his other hip, but I don't. She wound herself. My thing with Wendy Williams is she knew about this man. She knew he was the type, but she still wound herself around this man. She weaved him into her life. A lot of women are critical with him having such an influence in her life, but that's how she wanted it. Wendy Williams set it up. He's a manager. She set it up that he's an executive producer. She wanted to make sure they're locked, and now they're locked.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Got a question. Do you think because of she knew what type he was, that she gave him all of these responsibilities to keep him closer?
I think so. And that's why she said glued at the hip.
Yeah, so she purposely glued him to keep him around.
Yes.
Like executive producer of the show. It means we're taping, he's got to be here.
Yes.
And the manager. And so she was never going to allow him free time to roam. No.
And speaking of to keep around, there's a woman who faked a terminal illness to keep her man around. We're going to talk about that when we get back. Hey, what's up, man? I just had to take a time away from the podcast to let you know. If you want an MRA hat, you can get you one. You know why? Because we got them for sale. 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 You can get you one in red, blue, black, whatever you want. Just go to the website, themrapodcast.com. That is themrapodcast.com and get you one. Come on, you sent me this article about this woman who she acted like she had cancer, my dude.
I did send that.
Man, what in the hell happened, dog? Who in the hell left the gate open?
Well, apparently this woman, 30-year-old woman, I guess her husband, I think they have 2 kids, and they've been together for years.
Yeah.
And so the husband told the wife that he was leaving her.
Yeah.
And she claimed she panicked and it was impulsive, and she told him she had cancer.
You can't leave me.
As we've learned from Curb Your Enthusiasm. You know what I'm saying?
What happened? Are you talking about the
Larry
girl
David.
that worked the employee?
No, remember he was with Vivica Fox, and she thought she might have had cancer, but
I can't kick her out.
Can't leave a woman with cancer.
Can't leave a woman with cancer. Even your boy John Edwards.
We
did that on the MRI show.
Can't
cheat on when your woman got cancer. You're like, girl,
yeah.
I wanted to fire her.
And so honestly, that was bad. But it got worse because I guess they needed. And, everyone knows like cancer treatments are kind of costly, and if you don't have that right plan, you're gonna need some money to fight this. So then she opened up like a GoFundMe page to pay for like chemo and all these things, and she was selling T-shirts. So maybe that brought the husband closer because we're gonna fight this together. And it came out, man, that she in fact didn't have cancer, and they arrested her and charged her.
As they should.
With larceny. Now she's, she feels bad, but she's copping to it.
I like the way she owned it.
Yeah, I did it to save my marriage, yo.
Wow. This is actually common, Kamal. It's common that, and I'm sure men have some type of version of it, but it's common where women will be sick, will actually attract sicknesses just so that they can be a damsel in distress. It's like, they don't realize it. They will really get sick. Because when they're sick, what happens? Sympathy.
Yeah.
and sympathy and that attention leads to it's disgusting to me, man. And I've actually been in a situation where I've been with mates that kind of got sick a lot. And it was like, oh man, there's this feeling of like, oh dude, you just kind of feel like you're stuck.
Yeah, not physically sick for me, but like mentally, like the depression.
Yeah,
I've kind of caused like that, but like
caused it.
I mean, well, I'm saying like my quote unquote behavior.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
It sucks when we are blamed for a woman not feeling well, right? Even though logic says you caused it, right? Because when we come back, we got to talk about a woman who literally lost her mind and murdered her boyfriend. Hey, come on, we got listeners all over the world now, man.
Yep.
And I was wondering, man, I wonder what the people do while they're listening to our show. I know we got a guy in the Navy who's in Spain. He listens. We got a lady that drives a Lyft. She listens while she's driving her Lyft and has her customers listen too, which is absolutely hilarious. Cat in Brooklyn listens while he delivers some fish. Okay. We want to know from other people, man, how do you listen to our show? What are you doing? Hit us up on the social media. I'm at Kyle Irby.
I am at Angry Kamal.
And let us know what you're doing when you listen to our show. Kamal, what are you doing when you listen to the show?
Man, I'm usually chilling, man. I take the train to get my son from school.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, man. So I get the headphones on and I'll listen to it front and back. The problem is I'm coming back. He wants to talk. I'm trying to listen. So I have to, try to act like I'm paying attention to him. I'm really listening to my words of wisdom.
That's good, man. Yeah. Pretend like you're listening to your son while you're listening to the podcast. That's one way to do it. I usually listen to while I'm cleaning the house, man. I picked... Well, go ahead.
Domestic work?
Yeah, man. Oh, come on, dude. I wish I didn't have domestic work, but yeah, man. I usually listen to if I'm washing the dishes or folding laundry. I listen to any kind of thing that I don't have to think.
Yeah,
and I just get to listen. But I want to know what are the people listening? What are y'all doing? Let us know. File this under watch how you pick 'em, Kamal. There's a woman who was having an affair with a pastor.
Yeah.
She went up in his house and the wife and shot him and his wife, but the wife didn't die. Killed the man, killed the pastor.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Hey, man, you're a pastor, dog. Sorry, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. So the pastor, I think, wasn't there initially.
Oh.
So she comes in. They know her from the community.
Yeah. And the wife said it was a normal visit, meaning she visits.
Yeah. So she came in. They sat down for like 30 minutes. They talked. And then the husband came home. And they talked for a little bit more. And then as they were walking to the door, I guess the visit was over, the woman pulled out a handgun and shot the pastor several times. And then she came back and the wife was checking on her husband and she told her to get out of the way. So her beef, she was clear. My beef's not with you.
Yeah. I'm killing this man.
This man
is done.
This man. So she wasn't just like, she obviously snapped.
Yeah.
But
Snapped is a TV show, right? Yeah.
But she wasn't just like just shooting crazy. It was like,
I'm done with you.
Yeah,
you're going to die.
And my beef is not with you, lady.
Hey, lady, this ain't got nothing to do with you. I need you out of the way.
Yeah, so she ended up clipping the lady, the wife, in the shoulder. But yeah, it was his mistress, and it's pretty ballsy of the pastor.
Yeah.
God rest in
peace. Nigga, how about rest in misery, nigga? How about that?
It's pretty ballsy of the guy to allow his mistress to come into the house.
That's where he's losing me, dude.
And have a normal conversation. Everything's all good.
You losing me, dog, with the disrespect.
Yeah. I would have got caught immediately, just my reaction.
When he got...
I walked in and it should have been in the living
room. Your wife would have looked at you like, why is this motherfucker acting funny? They noticed. They noticed change so fast, bro. Anything different.
My eyes would have just
been like, what are you doing here? Oh, he was a pro. This pastor, rest in peace.
Yeah.
No, I'm cool with him. He was an absolute professional.
I would have gave up so much game.
I know you would have.
My wife would actually took the gun from the chick. Let me squeeze off a few.
I don't like this, man. First of all, dude, you gotta be careful who you pick, bro. And what were you telling her, man?
That's the thing about it, man. That's the thing about it. It's like, he's a pastor. He's a public figure.
Yeah.
So,
which is why I could never be a pastor. Because for real, like these women be on the pastor, man, because he's a speaker. It's something about speakers. Women are drawn to speakers because they fall in love with their ears, and we fall in love with our eyes. Yeah. So he's kicking that Barack Obama game, and these women are fawning.
Yeah, and I don't know. Yeah, what do you tell these women to get them to, commit these heinous acts?
Well, it's not that you tell them that, but it is what you tell them. Man.
No, it's definitely what you tell them. It's like, I'm leaving her, or you my word, I need you my earth, and all that. Why don't you leave her? No, because
I can't. It's complicated. Yeah. I would if I could. Man, that's how you losing me, bro. The thing that bothers me about this man is you're not running this game right, dude. And I know we don't always give away the game on the MRA podcast. We more like to talk about it and try to help your relationship, coach you up. We don't really coach Mackin on this show. But for side pieces, we could talk about it a little bit. All right, guys, now it's time for the lesson of the day. First of all, man, and it's funny, remember we did Side Piece Boot Camp?
Yeah.
We have many contributors on it. My cousin Kevin helped me a lot with that because he gave me some of his game. Mm-hmm. You did. My guy Karanja gave me a little bit of game. But I remember putting heads together with some OGs to try to figure out what they need to know in Side Piece Boot Camp. But this ain't even about Side Piece Boot Camp. This is just some certain rules, man. Don't talk about your wife like she ain't shit. Prop your wife up, man, because what that does is that makes this other woman want to step her game up. When you disrespect your wife to make it seem like your wife ain't shit,
and you're just miserable, and all
that
stuff.
Which I've done before. It's so whack of me, but I've done that. It's dumb. Don't do that. If you must bring up your wife or your girlfriend, or whatever, make them sound like the dopest bitch in the world, because that's just going to make the other woman, I think they call it a paramour, to step her game up.
Well, I think the thought is basically, for the side piece to start believing, well, if she's dope and you're having such a good time, why are you here with me?
Exactly, which is what I need the fellas to make it clear.
Yeah,
you're here because I like you, and you do feel a little bit of the gap, but the gap might just be variety. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like normally the side piece is going to do what the other one doesn't normally, right? That side piece rule number one, do what the other one doesn't do. But sometimes it's just you need, like you come out, I'm sure you have a few male friends.
Right.
Why do you have a few male friends? Why not just one male friend?
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like that's kind of what the side piece is for.
I got my basketball people. Yeah. I got my,
you got your comedy buddies.
My comedy buddies. Got my movie buddies. Yeah. Yes. It's just different variety.
And that's what other women would serve for me. It's like, just like I got my boy Pastor Braxton, and I got Kevin, and I got my cousin Marcus, and I got Kamal. I got my cabinet. I got my cousin Anthony. That's my cabinet. You know what I mean? And then I got my comedy buddies, Dion Lack, Dominic Purdy. You know what I mean? So you have different people to serve different positions, but there's no need for me to, shit on a different member of my cabinet just to make Kamal feel good. I ain't got to shit on my dude Fat B and be like, man, this is one thing that my boy Rich don't do. Kamal doesn't know. I never do that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And that's what you got to remember, fellas. Don't shit on your wife or your girl, man, to make this other bitch happy. And also, man, stop promising that you're going to leave your wife. Stop lying, nigga. Even if you are going to leave.
Lie to the wife.
For real. Honestly, man, the
side piece, I mean, honestly, I don't have side pieces.
You have to lie to a side piece.
I was saying, the side piece should know the whole deal.
Goddamn right.
Just in case this shit crumbles.
That's how it works.
She knows exactly what to say.
Yep.
She needs to know the whole deal.
Yes.
Just in case the feds rush in. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Yes, man. The side piece needs to know everything. The wife gets lied to because the wife is the one who you can't afford to lose.
Right.
So if you can't afford to lose them, that's why you lie to them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing I'm noticing. Like I've noticed about the snapped and the getting caught up. It's like the side piece was in the dark too.
Yeah. Why are they both in the dark?
Yeah, the side piece, and so when the side piece finds out,
that's why you have a problem.
That's when she wants to come wreck everything.
Yeah, like Frankie Lyman. You got all these women thinking they're your wife.
Yeah,
no, dog. There's a hierarchy to this, bro.
Yeah. But Frankie Lyman never actually had to face any of it because he died before.
How did he die? He got sick, huh?
It was a drug overdose or something like that. But he died before they all knew about each other.
Oh, they was coming.
So, he didn't even... No, they found out about each other when it was time to get the inheritance and all that stuff. To his estate. Yeah, but they didn't know about it. So he dodged that bullet.
Yeah. When we come back, Kamal, we've been on a kick with these this marriage advice thing. And you keep on finding these advice to marriage. We've been to the 50s a couple times. Now we're going all the way back to 1918.
Wow.
And we're going to break down some of this marriage advice. And I'm surprisingly loving it. It's the MRA podcast. Are you yelling at your radio right now? What the hell you saying? You wrong, Kyle.
You wrong, Kamal.
Yeah. Or right. That's what I'm talking about.
Word.
Yeah. Hey, then tweet us. Stop what you're doing unless you're driving. Stop what you're doing. Hit us right now. Respond to us. Just talk to us right now.
Let us know how you feel.
I'm at Kyle Irby.
I'm at Angry Kamal.
Or you can hit us both at the MRA podcast and let your voice be heard.
Yeah, man.
So we'll read it.
We might even respond.
And you just might hear it on the show.
Yeah, man. Be a celebrity for a day.
Yes, so man. Just stop what you're doing. Hit us up, man. You'll get a response.
Yes, sir.
Kamal, there is marriage. Where'd you find this? Tell me about this quick.
I was just on the net, just going down that rabbit hole.
Yeah,
I saw
you stay on these rabbit holes, dude.
Yeah, I saw some famous pictures from
Hold
back
on, what's
in
up
the
with
day.
you in these rabbit holes, man? What's the deal with that? What how do you get in these?
Something that interests me, like the little sponsored little.
Oh, you do that? You click those?
Sometimes. Sometimes once I see sponsor, I'm like, I'm a little leery.
Yeah. Look how great she looks now.
Right. Because usually they're fake.
Yeah.
I saw a picture of I don't know what it was, but it was like a color picture of something you could tell that was like back in like the 1800s.
Yes.
That's interesting. I like to look at history. I like history.
Yeah, I do too.
I like to look at it. Mm-hmm. And so it's like it was 60 photos from like back in the day. Mm-hmm. And we explained them. So I was like, you can explain this stuff too. So I was looking at all these different pictures and I saw like this picture of an old advertisement or something like that. I don't know what it was, but it was from the women's suffrage movement. Mm-hmm. So I guess these were like the feminists of their day, and they had some type of advice on marriage to young ladies.
So the feminist advice to marriage to young ladies.
Yeah.
Now, as you know, I am not a feminist.
No.
I hear a lot of guys say they're a feminist. And I hear that, I always chuckle. I'm like, I am not. I am. I guess I would be a masculinist.
Yeah, which the opposite.
Yeah, which I never forget, man. I told this girl, she was like, "Are you feminist?" I was like, "Nah, I'm the male version of a feminist." She was like, "So you're an asshole?" I was like, "So why is the feminist not a negative thing? If the male version is a negative thing?"
Yeah, whatever the opposite of a feminist is, the connotation is negative.
It's got to be negative. Yeah, but I guess you could say it's like having white pride.
Well, yeah, if you say like, yeah, man, I'm in the Black Pride.
Are you down with the Black Power movement?
The opposite of having that. You're racist.
Yeah, you are. Yeah. Are you down with the Black Power movement? I am not. Oh, so what are you? I'm the opposite of this is a character if you can't tell. I'm the opposite of the Black Power movement. Oh, got it. As you inch your way, you're that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so no, I'm not feminist at all, but I do like what they're saying, Kamal. Hey, here's the thing, man. You know me, man. You know, Bertina always says I'm anti-marriage. And I feel like I don't understand. I can't wait till the feminist movement gets so strong that women start to realize how marriage is a bad deal for them because they're the ones that always want to get out of it.
Oh, my gosh. And I don't know if we should do a segment on this next week, but my wife told me that with these millennials, they are really on some 50-50 stuff. And now they're having like male engagement rings and women are actually proposing to dudes. Yeah. But it was like, I'm like, that's cool. Because it's like, hey, you're the one who wants to get married. So stop trying to like lead him or influence him to propose. If you want it, you propose. Yeah. Put yourself out there, and that's what the millennials are doing, man.
Oh, well, we got to talk about that next week.
Yeah.
All right. So the advice to marriage, the advice on marriage to young ladies. Number one, do not marry at all.
Woo! That was number one.
Hey.
1918.
I love that.
And this is a time where women couldn't really work, and so they had to be married to survive. It
And
seemed
they
like
were still saying don't do it.
don't even do it.
I think it's a bad deal for both sides, and I don't understand why. I understand. I believe women are being marketed to be married. I believe that they attack them because they want to sell wedding dresses and wedding rings, and they love to make women feel bad about not having a man. That's been going on forever. But I would think it would not be a feminist thing to want to get into a contract where you take his name and you gotta belong to him and you're giving away to him. Like it doesn't feel like marriage does not feel like a feminist institution. They don't want to be told what to do. They don't want. They want to be free, but yet they're still kind of like, it's still kind of like some stuff old
Well,
school.
you got a lot of women. You know, they want the benefits.
Oh yeah,
of the feminism, but they still want the perks of being.
Yeah, they want both.
Yeah.
You mean they want their cake and eat it too?
I think that's what they say.
I think that's what they want.
That's what they call that.
That's fun. Okay. Number 2, but if you must avoid the beauty. Okay, but if you got to get married, then avoid the beauty men. I love that.
Beauty men.
Stay away from pretty boys.
Stay away from pretty boys.
Ladies, I would tell my daughters, I would say, don't stay away from pretty boys.
Yeah.
It's because they got options.
Yeah.
And why would they settle for you?
Chico DeBarge, stay away from Chico.
Stay away from Chico. El DeBarge, don't do it. Listen, I'm trying to help you out. And someone say, would you consider yourself a pretty boy, handsome man? I would. And I would say, stay away from that guy. If I was me, I'd be like, you don't want to fuck with that dude. You have some fun with that dude, but you trying to make him a husband? Not a good idea.
Not a good idea.
Stay away from flirts. That would be me. Yeah. Don't fuck with a flirt. Duh. And the bounders. I don't know. We should have looked that up by now.
Yeah.
Stay away from the bounders. Can you Google that right quick, man?
Okay.
Tailors, dummies. I guess a tailor would be a guy that sews clothes.
Or the tailor's dummies.
Oh, tailor 'S dummy.
Yeah. So I guess basically just a dummy.
Okay, tailor's dummies is maybe his like
the guy
his flunky.
No, the tailor's dummy is the guy like the little dummy, the mannequin. They're saying like that guy. Like, I guess that was a saying like the dummies.
And football enthusiast. This is 1918.
Athlete, or like the meatheads.
Football fan. It says enthusiast, so I would agree.
So the dummies,
Stay away from football athlete meatheads, please. If you want to have fun with the guy, great. But if you're trying to get a good husband, I wouldn't recommend it. Go ahead. You found it?
Yeah, man. A bounder is a dishonorable man.
Oh, okay.
Stay away from a liar.
Yeah, stay away from a hustler, swindler. This is funny. This is what the women want. They like a handsome man. They like those hustlers, right? Drug dealer, Jay-Z guy. They don't tend to like the big dummy unless he's big and buff and strong.
Well, the big dummy. The big dummy is. Because he's the brute.
Look for a strong, tame man. I agree. A firefighter. Yes. Coal getter. Yes. Window cleaner. Yes. Yard swiller. Yes. We agree.
Basically working class guys.
Yes.
Yeah. So the first one was like stay away from like the athletes, the rich guys, the business. If you're going to marry somebody who's like a working stiff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, the MRAs and the feminists are agreeing. We're agreeing.
Classic feminists.
True.
This is classic.
That's the classic film, the OGs.
The OGs.
But we're agreeing. Yes, I'm telling you, if you want a husband, go for that guy, that coal getter. You know what I mean? My grandfather worked with his hands. He was married to my grandmother 50 years.
Yeah. He
would be a coal getter or a yard swiller.
Yeah,
my grandfather.
See, my thing is like
solid.
Going back to elementary and high school, go after the guys on JV like me.
Hilarious.
Stay away from them varsity niggas.
Oh, just stay away from them varsity niggas. Because them varsity niggas got options, man. All the girls with the varsity niggas.
That's in 10th grade on varsity. Come on, man.
I
that
know.
Nigga definitely has options.
Oh, man. I know a few of those guys. Don't expect too much. Most men are lazy. Now, this is where you start to lose me. Lazy, selfish, thoughtless, lying, drunken, clumsy, heavy-footed, rough, unmanly, brutes, and need taming. I would agree with a lot of that, but need taming, I guess if you want to tame him, but she lost me number 4.
I'll say this.
But
the reason why she didn't lose me, don't expect too much.
True. We agree.
Yeah.
Don't expect too much. Most men are lazy. Okay, I can see how you would say it. Selfish is definitely. I'm selfish.
Yeah.
Thoughtless. Oh yeah, because we ain't thinking about.
I'm probably.
You're thoughtless. Don't even try it.
I'm probably lazy and a relationship lazy person.
Yeah. You're not a drunk. I'm not a drunk.
I'm probably selfish. I'm definitely thoughtless.
Definitely thoughtless. Heavy-footed, no. Rough, no. Unmanly brutes, no. Need taming, yes. Clumsy, no. Drunken, no. Lying, depends on the situation.
Situational liar.
Only in emergencies.
Yeah.
All right, number 5. All bachelors are, and many are worse still. What does that mean?
So she's basically saying bachelors are worse than these guys.
Oh, okay. And what's a bachelor? A single guy?
Yeah. So she's like, all men are all these things, right?
Yeah.
Bachelors are worse.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, she's saying
even a married man is that thing.
Yeah, married men are lazy, heavy-footed. Yeah. Don't expect much of your married man, but a bachelor, a dude out there swinging bachelor is worse than all of that.
Number 6. If you want him to be happy, underline, feed the brute. We good. We're on the same page. Wow. The same remark applies to dogs. I'm not offended.
I know, right?
I'm not offended. I said it. Treat them like a dog.
Yeah.
You got to feed them. You got to take them out. Yeah. Right? There's certain things you got to do.
I am
not offended. You will be wiser not to chance it. It isn't worth the risk.
So at the end of the day, don't
do it. I don't know why women can't get this. I don't know what there is. Something about, like, if you tell the average woman that loves marriage that it doesn't work out if they haven't been married, they're like, what? There's lots of, like, how do y'all not see the numbers? How do y'all not see? When's the last time you've really seen a majority of married people happy and it working? Like, how do you not see how fast people break up?
Especially like in this celebrity stuff, like Ozzy Davis and Ruby D.
That's rare.
Yeah.
That's rare.
And we saw Bill and Camille, but Bill was exposed.
Exactly.
I'm not saying Ozzy Davis had holes on the side, but if he did, he kept it tight.
I think they discussed that.
Oh yeah,
they might have both done their thing. I'm not sure.
But for the most part, honestly, these things don't typically work out.
How do you? But when you say that to a young lady, they get offended. I know that my ex-wife. If that is ever mentioned, she's furious. She's like, this with me and your dad was an anomaly. They work. She can't give examples of how they work, but she's like, they work. Like, what is that?
Man, honestly, man, I say it's two things. One, religion, and two, society.
Yeah.
I think your wife is really religious.
Yeah.
I think that's more of a driving
she
force
did
than
mention
society.
God. She was like, God wouldn't have invented it if he didn't. It's a God thing.
Other women who I know, it's society.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
it's definitely. It's and the funny thing is they're not realizing they're being programmed purposely.
Yeah,
it's to keep you whatever. Hey, if you're enjoying the podcast, do us a favor. Tell a friend. That's it. Costs you nothing, helps us out, and gives your friend some entertainment to make that commute a little easier, or gives them some company on a workout, or while they're cleaning the house, so it helps them out, helps everyone out. All right, so please subscribe, leave a positive comment, and share. Let's get into this Dear Irby letter.
Let us.
I'm sitting in my hotel room in Lake Tahoe. I hear you talk about relationships on your show, so I thought I would send in my concern. I took my wife, her older sister, my mother-in-law out of town to get away. My wife's mother is sick. My wife does most of the heavy lifting, but sometimes her sister helps out. I understand that my wife is stressed about her mother. That is why I wanted my wife and her mother-in-law to come on the trip. They all need to get away for a little bit. I gave my wife a couple $100 to gamble with, but she tells me she wants to go with me. This presents a challenge to me because normally I gamble alone. I go on gambling trips frequently and I go by myself. But when I brought my wife, I figured she would do her thing, I would do mine. So not only does she want to come with me, she wants me to wait for her. She has a responsibility, but see, I don't have responsibilities. I throw you a couple of dollars. You do your thing. I'm ready to do my thing. It can be tough. I know she cannot go anywhere. Her mother has consumed her. I want to be understanding, but we all have feelings. I'm on vacation. I don't want to have to wait. So I called her and I said I was going downstairs, and she said, I thought we were hanging out together and you give me 15 minutes to get my mother together. Now I'm trying to give her that benefit of the doubt after I read her the riot act last night, plus trying to be patient about after her big cry about her mom. All I can think about is she got me where she wants, adjusting to her needs. I'm sitting in my room like a little bitch waiting for directions. As you can see, this is not healthy. By the time you read this, I'll be back in SAC, but I'm curious, what do you think? The big dog in Sacramento. Kamal Abdul-Jabbar, what do you hear here, dog?
The big dog, I say the one thing, well, a couple of things that I feel you're wrong about. First of all, you said you figured she would do her thing and I would do mine. I think that should have been established before they went on the trip. Hey, listen, man, when I go through, I like to gamble by myself, so I'm gonna need a few hours, or that should have been established.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because here's the thing about it. You going on vacation with your wife, no matter who she has with her, she still wants to hang out with her husband.
Yeah.
It's vacation time.
Yeah.
All right. This hits close to home for me because my grandmother is suffering from Alzheimer's, and she has it really, really bad. So she's moved in with my mother and my father. And so everywhere they go to Vegas to watch a show, they're buying 3 tickets.
Wow.
My grandmother is sitting over there, and what did they go see? The Michael Jackson Experience, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, our shows, Who Shot Daquan, my grandmother, if my mom is there, my grandmother's there. Yeah. You know, or my mom doesn't go. Mm-hmm. So everywhere. They just went on I think they went to a wedding in Seattle this weekend. Mm-hmm. You know, and my mom has to get herself ready and get my grandmother ready. So I understand. My father is a little frustrated with it because I don't think it's because my grandmother's sick. It's because of her affliction. She has Alzheimer's. So, you know, she's constantly coming in there forgetting things. You know, my mom goes to the store for like 5 minutes. My grandmother goes to the door or comes to my father, where's Janine? You know, 18 times. So that's the frustrating part. Yeah. Saying all that to say, big dog, I think you got a good woman, man. Because here's the thing which you have to understand. Hopefully, God forbid, one day you might be sick. And the way your wife took care of her mother is the way you're going to want her to take care of you. Right? And so you got to think big picture. Yeah. I understand you want to get your gambling, you want to do your thing and stuff like that, and it's frustrating. I know. However, look at the character of your wife. And I think that should be the thing that you should focus on, the character of your wife. If you have the type of person that's going to pull over and feed some homeless or take care of a sick dog, yes, that's frustrating as hell because you're trying to get home and watch the game. But just think about it. If you're in need of care, you know you got a good woman who will take care of you. So, big dog, I say the only thing you probably should have established that you wanted some me time in the beginning. But after that, I think you're kind of tripping, man.
I'm going to win when we get back. Hey, what's up, y'all? If you like this show, you want to help us offset some of these costs, man, you feeling the need to donate, then do just that. Go to www.patreon.com and make a donation to the MRA Podcast. That is the MRA Podcast with Kyle and Kamal, and you can find us at Patreon. Or you can catch us in the street and just be like, hey, man, I love y'all. I want to bless you with some cash and put some dollars in our pocket. You can do that. Or you can hit us on Venmo. Find our names and just, bless us with dough on Venmo. Or you could pray for us. Do that too. But we prefer cash. I know exactly what this dude is talking about. And I love this letter, man, because I can relate it to it so much. And the beauty of me reading this letter is I'm like, ooh, I sound like this so often. So I see the flaws in the letter and it touches me because I'm like, oh, I'm just like this. What my concern is, Big Dog got to play the game. You don't want listen, I get it. You gave her the money. You go do your thing. I'm going to do mine. You know when I come on these trips, because this is what it could have been. It could have been like, I'm going to Tahoe. She's like, can I come? Sure. How about my mom? You know what? Y'all need to get away. Y'all come on. He might have thought, I already said I was going. This ain't a trip we planned. This is my spot.
Yeah.
I'm bringing you to my spot. So now I got guests. Fine. I'm getting y'all out the house. Here's some money. You have some fun.
Yeah.
I'm about to go do what I need to do because I'm on vacation. But it's like, well, can I go? Now it's like, oh, man, this is not what I had in mind. You're right. It wasn't discussed. But that's the problem. So I'm guessing he played the game because I don't know what happened. Because this is a kind of weird kind of Dear Irby, because we got the letter sound like in the middle of it.
Yeah.
So we don't, you know what I mean?
He was mad stewing.
He was like, this is some bullshit.
Let me write this letter. He actually said by the time he already back at the house.
Yeah. By the time so I find this entertaining, man. I like that you said, I understand that she's stressed out about my mother. And I like that you were understanding about that. I like that. And I like that you brought her. I love that you gave her the money to gamble. Unfortunately, Big Dog, it feels like you've got to play the game. Unfortunately, it's just part of it. It's like paying a bill, man. And I love what you said, Kamal, about, having her later. Because it's basically two types of women. There's a selfish bitch and there's the maternal nurturing, right? And you got to nurture her, which is good.
Yeah, that's great.
What you want. That's what you want. But unfortunately, you got to pay the bill. When you got to nurture her, one of the bills is even having a woman. Is bills to that. You got to pay the piper sometimes. You got to listen. You got to, you know what I'm saying. So the fact that you normally go by yourself, that's a plus. And I'm going to treat this like it was just venting, because it really doesn't matter. There's not really a solution we can give. We just giving our take because this already happened. So I appreciate the letter, but I think it's frustrating when you're sitting in there thinking about how this person is fucking up your vacation. But you kind of just have to work around in your mind that, nah, you're not a bitch sitting there. Nah, this is not an every time thing. This is just for now. Play the game, get through it.
She's cool with him going solo.
Yeah. Yeah, he obviously does that a lot.
Yeah, so she's cool with that.
But this time,
I think, rules should have been established beforehand.
And next time, go solo. This is what I would say.
Yeah.
And then don't bring her to this. Y'all should do something. That's what it is. Y'all should do something together that y'all could do together, because this don't feel like this is a y'all activity.
Yeah, and he says the sister sometimes, lends a hand. Man, like, drop her off one weekend with the sister and you and your wife go.
Or whatever it is, even if you got to bring mom and sister, go on don't bring them to your sanctuary. You see what I mean? Like, if the casino is your spot, like my pops loves the casino, right?
Okay.
When my dad goes to the casino, he goes with his sister sometimes. He goes with his lady sometimes, but that's his spot. So it's like, take Big Dog, take lessons from what my dad does. When he goes to the casino, he goes solo, and just understand, if you're gonna go, you're gonna bring your lady, you're gonna have to check in for a little bit.
And my pops is bringing his wife and his wife's mom every spot that he's taking his wife. You know what I'm saying?
That sucks.
Except for his birthday.
But all I'm saying is don't take her to your jurisdiction. Find some other shit that you may not want to do it. But just, if you want to take her for a getaway, what I'm saying is take her somewhere else, a neutral site. That way she can't fuck up your trip.
Yeah. But again, silver lining, like big picture, if you ever get sick, homie, your wife is the woman you want.
So
take
you
care
of
of
that.
Yeah.
If you guys have a Dear Irby letter, send us an email at dearirby@themrapodcast.com. That is dearirby@themrapodcast.com. Where can we find you?
Man, Twitter, man, at Angry Kamal.
That's right. I'm at Kyle Irby. We are at the MRA Podcast on all social media. Hit me up. Come to my website, kyleirby.com. You can see my videos, some commercials I've done, some stand-up clips, all that. And you can find us at the home of the MRA Podcast at themrapodcast.com. Get the hats. You can hear all the episodes, all that. Ladies, we love you. Fellas, be a man at all times.
Deuces.
MRA.